Do you experience random dimming lights, sudden whirling noises from your furnace, or a distinct smell of uh-oh? Does your furnace fan sometimes start slower than molasses on a winter's morning? Does it feel like your heating system is more confused than a possum in a petting zoo? You might need a little metal tube of danger known as Capacitor 5000, patent not pending. This is the unsung hero of your HVAC system. When it fails, your furnace's motor becomes as useful as a chocolate teapot. But don't worry, we're going to replace it and save your house from freezing over faster than a popsicle in January. Alright, let's get serious for a second. The process of replacing a run capacitor like this is super simple. Safety is key. Never touch the terminals. Get the right things. So you're going to need a new capacitor. You're going to need to make sure that it matches all the same specifications as the existing one. Voltage, capacitance, the percentage of capacitance, and the temperature. You're going to need a screwdriver. Make sure it's an insulated handle because you're going to use this to discharge the capacitor. So when we pull out the new one, we're going to touch the electrodes with the screwdriver to discharge them to ensure that that's safe. You're going to need some needle nose pliers, totally optional. Primarily this makes you look more professional, but you may need them to help remove the leads that are connected to the capacitor. You may want insulated gloves. Electricity is not your friend today, and you're going to need a healthy sense of caution anytime you're working with electricity. So step one, we're going to need to power down our furnace. So we're going to power down the furnace. I am going to make sure that not only is the switch here turned off, but I'm also going to get the breaker as well, so we are completely sure that the furnace is disconnected and there is no power. Safety twice, not once, and definitely not 0 times. Safety squints won't help you with this one. Electricity, if it gets you, not only will it kill you, but it'll hurt the entire time you're dying. And yes, I am just too cheap to fix or replace this jacket. It's been a nice jacket. It's just warm enough for a large portion of the year, but not too heavy that it's only good for winter. I haven't found a good replacement jacket yet. All right, I'm over here at my breaker panel, and I am fortunate. All of mine are labeled. And for the most part, other than places where it had to be corrected, all of this is correct. So all I need to do, I want to make sure the AC unit is off, and I want to make sure the furnace, there it is, the furnace is off. That is all of the breakers connected to the HVAC system, so we are powered down. See, we've also turned off the switch here for the unit. The next thing we need to do is identify inside where our little tube of danger is. So let's get the cover out of the way. So depending upon your experience with things, you may already see where the run capacitor is on this unit. Now sometimes you might have another run capacitor or start capacitor that's with the blower mode, the main blower. This is the one up here that is on the exhaust blower. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this out. Mine happens to be loose at the moment. You may need a wrench if yours is not. But this, I can zoom in, not get a reflection. There's all the information. That's what we need to copy. And you can see here, maybe, whoa, those are the same specifications on the replacement. Now, my replacement is a longer unit than the original. That's okay. I didn't care to get the exact same model. What I got was the cheapest identical that I could find at my local Granger. Could have got this at Home Depot or Ace or Lowe's or any other hardware place that happens to carry these type of capacitors. There was a similar one that I had found at a couple of places, but the temperature rating was lower, and I didn't want to go with a 70C when I have a 85C installed. All right, so what we need to do, we're going to take this cover off. Be sure not to touch anything there. I am going to discharge this. Make sure that there is no electricity stored in that capacitor, just on a precaution. And this is where the needle nose pliers will come into use. You don't need these. If you've disconnected them, I am going to pull that apart. Okay, now there is no coloring. The wires are the same color. There's no polarity on AC capacitors like this. So we don't have to worry about which order the leads went on. We can just attach them back. And that is it. Get the cover pulled back in place. Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. Slide that back into place. And I am going to tighten up the retaining bolt. And I didn't bring a wrench with me, so I'm just going to use the needle nose pliers. This is just to make sure that the capacitor doesn't rattle around and work its way loose and fall out and make a ton of noise. Or bump into something and short out. Now it would be better and it would be easier if I had a socket or a wrench. All I have to do now, put the cover back on, and now we just do the inverse for the power. Okay, we can turn the AC unit back on, even though it's disconnected outside. And we're going to turn our furnace back on, and then we're good to close the panel. And we can just turn the unit back on, and then we can test that furnace back on with the thermostat. Congratulations, you've replaced your run capacitor and saved yourself an HVAC service bill bigger than your last holiday spending spree. For me, I'm looking for it, the little box that I bought for mine was about $10 versus a HVAC quote that I had that was $350 something. So you can definitely save a lot for doing a very simple repair that takes just a minute. Okay, we'll call it 15 minutes. It's simple, it's easy. That's a big savings. $10 versus $350. That's an order of magnitude. I love you HVAC techs, but sometimes something so simple, so small, replacing one of these shouldn't be a $300 service call. It should be 50. Maybe. Especially if like you're already out there for a diagnostic. It shouldn't be $300. Warning, capacitor replacement is not for everyone. Side effects may include mild to moderate confusion, misplaced screws, and increased sense of self-reliance. Do not attempt this repair if you have a fear of electricities, tools, or basements. Always check voltage ratings and consult your furnace manual. Do not replace a capacitor while your furnace is plugged in unless you enjoy the thrill of spontaneous self-electrocution. If you experience any of the following symptoms during this repair, tingling fingers, sparks, or a small fire, stop immediately and call a professional HVAC technician. DIY engineering solutions such as duct tape, zip ties, or a beer can in place of a capacitor are strongly discouraged and may result in permanent furnace damage or even explosions. Capacitor disposal must comply with local regulations. Do not eat the capacitor. They don't taste good. Capacitor replacement may lead to an inexplicable urge to fix everything else in your house. Results may vary. I am not a licensed HVAC professional, nor did I watch any YouTube inspirational videos before filming this one. Stay warm, stay safe. I'll see you next time, unless you touch the wrong wire. And remember to ask questions and try things. Have a good one, everybody. Hey, I can hear the furnace is on now. Replacement successful.